Now, I've got an idea that may help some people out who have gone and bought a system that is a reasonably decent solar system and sort of looked at the amp hours of the batteries and done all their maths and and have said to themselves, I should be able to get an air conditioner to run off this, and that's my idea, to do that. And then later realised that the inverter takes a bit of power in conversion. The batteries shouldn't really be flattened below 50% of their rated capacity. The solar panels were slightly enthusiastic with the claims of how much power they took in, or you don't get the morning sun and the afternoon sun quite as much as you expected. And you can say, Link, I've got all this system set up and I can run an air conditioner, but I can only run it for about 4 hours in the night, and then the inverter shuts out because the batteries are too low. Do you have any ideas of how I could sort of get past this but still be able to sleep in reasonable comfort instead of just having lovely 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 22 degrees Celsius for 4 hours and then sweat like a pig the other 4 hours and not be able to sleep? Is there any way that you could think of that could get me around this? In actual fact, there is. Now, it may not suit all of you, but I'll speak from personal experience. I can sleep in about 85, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, which is around 30 degrees Celsius. And I can handle sleeping in that temperature so long as I have a desk fan running and blowing at me. And I have one that's sort of made, not Chinese made one, and most of those that you get nowadays are 50 watts for a normal sort of, we call them 40 centimetres, but they're about, 1 foot 4 wide blades. I've got an old school one from about 1992, maybe 93, somewhere around there. It's Taiwanese made, and that's 40 watts. And I sit that on the top of my wood heater and plug it in, and because my wood heater sort of ends up acting like a bit of a desk for it, and then it's blowing quite close to me and keeps me cool. And there you go. I can sleep when it's 85, 86 Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius without a problem at all. And you say, well, yeah, so here it's getting 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and there's humidity and that, and I still would like, to be able to get the humidity out of the air and that as well. Can I still do anything with this air conditioning system I've got and have it run more than 4 hours? What you can do is something that my car can do. Now, my car is one of the high-end luxury models of Ford. Anyways, you don't get this with the base models, but with the high-end ones you do. And what it is, it's got the press button temperature where you literally just press in, up and down, and it goes up and it has the exact degrees Celsius written on the screen. And you choose the amount of degrees Celsius that you want it to run at, and that's what it runs at. Mine will run at 32 degrees Celsius. Now, that's about 89, nearly 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the air conditioning system I stuck in my parents' house 2 years before I moved out, it's actually my bedroom. It's quite a decent sized system for one bedroom. It's overkill, really. And that system, I think its maximum is around 83 or something Fahrenheit. It'll run at 28 degrees Celsius. I can't really know what that is in Fahrenheit. But yeah, I think it's about 83 Fahrenheit or something like that. And that is its upper setting. Now, you may be able to set your air conditioner to the upper setting so it's somewhere up around 84, 86 Fahrenheit, 28, 30 degrees Celsius, and leave it running on that. Now, what will happen is, because you've set it so high, the compressor won't run anywhere near as often. And I've heard things whereby you can change literally 2 or 3 degrees Fahrenheit, or as they say here, 1.5, 2 degrees Celsius change in your air conditioner's temperature can dramatically save power. So that it was, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was jaw-dropped at how much power you can save just by changing it a few degrees. And then you're going to say to me, well, Link, I can't sort of sleep in 83, 84 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where the fan comes in. You have the air conditioner running at a really high level, probably its highest, around 84, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, and also have the little 40 or 50 watt desk fan blowing at you. And that will allow you to keep cool, and you may even want to think about sitting that on, getting a 12 volt one or sticking that on another solar system, although that's not very much at all compared to 500 or more watts that a air conditioning system will take. But it may get you out of trouble because the compressor really won't run very much at all if you've got it set right up around 83 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit. But when it does run, you're looking at, my one over there is like 11, 1200, some are 1500 watts. The best one I've seen here runs at 510 watts normally, but it's got a maximum that it runs at 700 watts. Now, realistically, its surge is probably around 1300 watts or more when it starts up. But the thing is, if that compressor doesn't run very long and you couple that with a desk fan, you may get through the whole night being able to sleep without waking up, and not have any humidity in the room as well, purely because of trying that trick. And that may get you through 8 hours of sleep as opposed to 4 hours of blissful sleep and then 4 hours of sweating like a pig. So I just thought I'd bring that one up because you'll get absolutely dramatically large amounts of power saved by setting your air conditioner really high and then using a fan. Now, the other option, of course, is evaporative coolers, but you have to be in a dry environment for those to be worth a cracker. If you're in a humid environment, Florida, I know of many other places in the US, even New York State, Arkansas, that I'm hearing there's terribly high humidity. And, it's probably due to the large amount of water in the United States. But there'll be desert areas where an evaporative cooler, hands down, or swamp cooler, hands down, will be the best option. Because a lot of those take, I've got a crappy one here that takes 65 watts. The one that's sitting there, the one in my bedroom, takes 90 watts. This is evaporative coolers I'm talking about here. And I've seen big systems that Honeywell have made, which probably actually work better than the ones that I've got because my Chinese junk ones don't work. Both of them don't work properly. But the big ones, Honeywell ones I've seen that cost, God blimey, basically the same price as a full-blown air conditioner, $300 or $400, they take like 250 watts, and they've got a decent amount of flow, and they have a real serious amount of cooling pads, so they would probably actually work pretty well. But, when you're creeping up to 250, 300 watts, you may be better just with a proper air conditioner in the manner I've said exactly already. But that's all up to you and depends on the amount of space you're intending to cool and how big or how good your evaporative air conditioner actually is, because you can make those yourself as well. And plenty of YouTube videos out there showing you how to make an evaporative cooler, which I have considered, and I'm sort of still, I probably won't. I'll probably go and end up getting some sort of a proper air conditioning system, and there's various different options I am looking at for that. When the money is available, hopefully this summer that we're going to face here doesn't look like it's going to be such a bad summer.